Hi everyone, bonjour à tous. So today I see you again for a second tutorial, and today I'm gonna talk about more hips. The only way that I can film my whole body and that you can see my hips, I will have to cut my head, so don't be shocked or whatever. I will have to cut at least from here to incline the camera, and so you will see my hips, and I'm gonna talk as well a little bit about the legs and how to start to work on beautiful legs, start to take conscience of the legs. I hope everybody is fine. I hope you did enjoy the previous class, and I'm glad to see you again. Okay, we're gonna start. Okay, so I think here it's fine. Sorry, you won't see my beautiful face. So you can see my hips. So last time we've been talking about the arms and how to move them. So today I'm going to talk more about the hips, and we're going to start to move them and to take conscience about it. And after we can synchronize with the arms and start to work on some more flowing move. So first, I just would like you to open a little bit the legs. Yes. And we're just gonna start to do, so you will try to open your arms like we did in the previous class. Don't be like too strict. Here we're just here to wake up the lower part of the body. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna trace a 8 in the air. So like this, a 8. So hips here, right in front, and then you go right backward, and then left diagonal front, and then backward. And you're just gonna do this, and you try also to keep the position that we worked on last time, meaning the head, the shoulder, we try to be open, and then we just gonna move the hips, doing an 8. Okay, and try not to go too much like this. The exercise is really to improve the dissociation between the upper part and the lower part of the body. So we go tracing an 8. All right? And I don't really mind, the body can also go a little bit, just not too much. Okay, now just we're gonna go. So for you, we're gonna start for you on the right, okay? So right, left, also on the right, and at the same moment that we are going on the right, the hips is going front, and then we're gonna start the 8, and we go back in the middle with the right foot, and then left, we trace the 8 with the hips, and then we go back in the middle. I will do it like this. So we go first on the right, we go forward, backward with the hips, and we go back, and then forward, backward with the hips, and we come back at the position close foot. Again, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right? So now we're starting to have conscience of the hips, and we're gonna go forward and then backward. All right? So same principle, you put your legs in front, and then you turn your hips forward, backward. And in the meantime that it's going backward, you take back your leg. Alright? So let me do it like this. Forward. You're gonna take your hips in front and you take it back, backward. And then here I have my hips diagonal front and I take it backward and then I come back at the first position. I'm going to do in the same side as you. So first right leg please, and forward, backward, and you come back, and then back, back, and you come back, and forward, and you come back, forward, and you come back, right? So now I'm gonna lower again the camera so you can also see my foot, because the foot work is important. So now, same idea, we're gonna take conscience, be aware of our feet. So just to start, you're just gonna do round and round and round and round. I'm trying to be in the frame. So we're trying to take as much flexibility as we can. Just turn it and turn it and turn it. On the other side. Yes. The other one. Turn it. And the other side. Okay, now same on place. You're just gonna alternate being on the toes and then on the foot. So if I go on the side, it's gonna be like this, and you change, you change, you change, you change. And you really try to go as far as you can when you are on this part of your feet, right? Okay, and change, and change, and change, and change. On side, we go pointe et ramène, pointe et ramène. Pointe et ramène, pointe et ramène. Right? Now we open just a little bit here, and then you go on the side, on the side, on the side. So you continue to be really, really on the floor here, right? You come back. Really try to work on the flexibility of your foot. And then we go pointe and ramène, pointe and ramène, pointe and come back, pointe and come back, pointe and come back, pointe and come back. Okay? Okay. Now we're gonna go. Here you're gonna bend the knees slightly, and then you go forward, and then you're gonna try to level up the back of your feet, and then you go up. So basically you go to bend, front of the toes where you stop touching the floor with the back of your feet, and then you're gonna stretch your leg, and then you come back slowly. So this is more an exercise to take control of your legs and the muscle, to wake up the muscles in the legs. And while you're doing this, with your back and upper body, try also to find the middle point that will give you balance in your body, okay? So we go. You can have your hand on your hips, you can have your hand in front if it helps you, or on the side. Just find the position where you're the most comfortable, and we go from bend to front, and then you stretch, and then you come slowly, okay? Bend, front, stretch, and then come back slowly. I will do this like this. We go, bend, go in front, transfer the weight of the body in front of your toes, and slowly you go up, 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 and then you go back on the floor. Try to feel it also in all your body. The upper body should not be resting, it's also totally awake. So we go bend, front of the toes, and then stretch, 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 and then come back. Now we're gonna try the same idea but contrary, so we're gonna go directly stretch, so front of the toes, demi-pointe we call it, and then you go bend. You don't put the back of your toes directly, and then you go slowly on the floor, right? Again, and stretch, bend, and then go back on the floor slowly, and then stretch, demi-pointe, bend, and then come back slowly. Okay? So you can also wake up the legs like this. We can do some round and round and round and round. Backward to forward, backward to forward, and then the other way around. Forward to backward, forward to backward, right? Can you feel it a little bit? The legs start to be awake. And so now, let me also show you not only the work of the hips, but also the work that my legs are doing while I'm doing this basic step. The legs and the feet are also really important. First, to have beautiful legs, it's something that I got from Latin dance. It's really important not to close your legs when you are doing the steps. This is not what we want. To dance like this in Latin dance is not going to give you the grace and the beauty of the steps, alright? So always, when we do dance, Latin dance, we're gonna always open the feet a little bit, okay? So we go from this position, we're gonna go first on your right. So we go here, and the hips gonna go front and then back, and from the transferring of the weight we are going back, right? And then the hips here, my other hips go in front and then backward, and then I stretch my leg and I come back in the middle, right? And then again front, backward with the hips, straight my legs, and I come back. You can also try to do this with me. This is also kind of a very Latin basic movement. So basically, you're not totally closed because otherwise it's a little bit, you're going to be a little bit open, and the front of your toes is a little bit grounded on the floor, and you're going to switch between your two knees, and the hips, of course, are going to come to accompany the movement. So it's going to give very gracious hips. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with this basic movement, as you can see, my hips are also working, of course, and it's, even if I want to go a little bit deeper in the explanation, it's in fact through the strength that I take from my feet that are really in the floor, my hips are taking this strength and transferring it from front to back, right? This is the same 8 movement, we are just playing, right, with the hips. So my feet take the strength, and then my hips is forward diagonal, and then backward. And from this transferring backward, as you can see, here backward, these other legs gonna take the lead. And of course, because my hips here is backward, this one is coming front. And from there, I take the strength from my feet, from my leg, it's coming until my hips, and I transfer it back, right? And here again, I am like this. So you also see that there is a weight transfer from right to left, but especially the transfer, the changing position of the legs. At some point one is bent, the other one is totally stretched, on the floor stretched. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right, you can try this with me. We're here, so right legs in front, point the floor, right, and we go 1 and transfer the weight, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? If you don't have it totally perfectly, that's not a big deal. The idea is just to start to get the move, okay? You do whatever you can. This is already perfect. Okay? So we have this basic kind of step where we change the weight of the body. And so to finish this class on the hips, I'm just going to show you again this exercise. And if you can, if you feel it, we can also add the arms. And 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, 2, Very good. So now I'm gonna go back to focus more on my upper body and see how it works with the hips. You got the feet. Anyway, the feet are not so precise, to be honest. The most important is that you get that it's going on the side, go back front, go back middle position, side, and also to connect the feet to the hips and this movement front, backward, frontward, backward. Alright, so I'm going back. So what we saw was this movement of going on the side and then coming back middle position, and then you go on the side and you come back middle position. And if you want to add the arms to feel it more floating in the air, not just being like this, even though it can be just, you know, chilling in a party, you just move side to side. You're not obliged to be like, you know, this kind of dance. But it's more if you want to learn. This is the basic step of Rumba. One of the basic movement, basic intention, if I could say. So I'm going to do it like this. For the arms, we go here first on the right, and then you go here with the arms. They're also going to do a kind of 8 with the legs. So 1, 2. You go here and come back, turn your hand near you, and then come back in the middle, and then left, and 1. Turn the hips. At the moment where you turn the hips backward, the arms is coming back as well, and then when you're coming to the middle, the arm here is turning to you and come back as well to the center of your body. So we go, and 1 and 2, come back, and 1 and 2, come back, and 1 and 2, come back, and 1 and 2, and pam, pam, and pam, pam, and pam, pam, and pam, pam. And then, with this basic step, basically you can start to play going in front and then backward. You can also do front, so we can just go and walk like this, and then you come back, 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 and then you can do 2-step, for example, on your left, or 2-step on your right, and you're trying to find the flow with the arms. Arms will be really the mirroring your technique. Yeah, arms is kind of the first thing that's gonna give your dance more discipline. It's the first thing that's gonna give your dance more structure. It's kind of the first thing that we see, right? That's it for today. I hope you enjoy. So you can just work on it at home, right? This was mainly, this is basically the basics in Rumba dance, which is a Latin dance from ballroom. So that was it for today. I tried to make it a little bit shorter because I felt maybe 30 minutes for an online session might be a bit long. Just tell me what you think in the comments, which kind of time scale would be the best for you. But I thought maybe 20 minutes could be more manageable for people who are at home. yeah, just tell me what you think in the comments, and I'm really happy to share it with you guys. And I will see you next week, where I'm gonna try to prepare a little choreography so we can start to really dig into my dance, and you can also start to feel what it is to dance with now the arm that we works on, the legs and the hips. Okay? Thank you for watching, really appreciate it, and see you next week. Bye bye, au revoir, bisous à tous.